Japan is an island nation in Asia, renowned for its stunning beauty, where each region offers a unique blend of natural landscapes and ancient culture. From towering mountains and historic temples to bustling cities, Japan is a paradise for explorers. Let's discover some of the country's most beautiful destinations, each filled with captivating stories and rich traditions. Not every city demands your attention with noise or towering skylines. Some places draw you inward, slowly, gently, until you sense their rhythm beneath the surface. Kyoto is one such place. For over 1,000 years, it served as Japan's imperial capital. Yet its grandeur lies not in spectacle, but in quietude, detail, and restraint. The past in Kyoto is not locked behind glass. It walks beside you in the curve of a temple roof, the scent of incense, the soft steps of a geisha vanishing into a dusk-lit alley. There are over 1,600 temples, yet none feels rushed. The famed Golden Pavilion reflects its shimmering form upon still waters. Fushimi Inari Shrine stretches endlessly through vermilion gates as if guiding your soul forward. In Gion, lanterns flicker and time seems to pause. It lives in the rituals of daily life, in matcha whisked by a practiced hand, in a monk sweeping temple steps before sunrise, in a mother teaching her child how to bow before a shrine. And when spring's cherry blossoms fall or autumn's maples set the hills ablaze, the city becomes poetry in motion. But Kyoto is no relic. Here, nature and belief are inseparable. The Arashiyama bamboo forest sings with the wind. Zen gardens whisper in stillness. To walk Kyoto is not simply to see. It is to surrender, to nuance, to tradition, to moments suspended between past and present. What if a city had no center? Only motion, no single story, only layers? That city is Tokyo. You don't enter Tokyo the way you enter other cities. You fall into it. You blink, and suddenly you're surrounded by the rhythm of train doors opening in sync, the hush of a shrine hidden behind office towers, and the hiss of ramen steam rising from alley stalls. Tokyo is not just Japan's capital. It's its pulse. In the morning, the Yamanote line circles the city like a ritual. Office workers bow to elevators. Students march in uniforms like brushstrokes of order. By afternoon, parks bloom with conversation. And at night, Tokyo transforms. Neon signs flicker like haikus. Skyscrapers glow like circuitry. It's Blade Runner, it's kabuki, it's everything in between. Yet, even among 38 million heartbeats, Tokyo finds moments of stillness. A grandmother tending bonsai on a rooftop. Tokyo is a paradox by design, hypermodern yet fiercely rooted. It rushes and reflects, innovates but never forgets. It doesn't welcome you, it overwhelms you, and that's the point. To walk through Tokyo is to accept that chaos can be kind, silence can be sacred, and the future can be folded neatly into a bento box. Not all sacred places are hidden behind temple gates. Some stand in full view, majestic, unmoving, unforgettable. Few are more iconic than Mount Fuji. Towering at 3,776 meters, Fuji isn't just the highest peak in Japan, it's the most poetic. It has inspired haiku and brushstrokes, pilgrims and philosophers, emperors and ordinary dreamers alike. Seen from Tokyo on a clear day, or mirrored in the still waters of Lake Kawaguchi, Fuji is never quite the same twice. It changes with the seasons, with the light, and with your own state of mind. Spring paints it softly in sakura pink. Summer opens its ancient trails to hikers and seekers. Autumn wraps its base in fire-red forests. Winter crowns it in white, pure and powerful. Though dormant since 1707, Fuji's silence only deepens its significance. Shinto shrines nestle at its base. Torii gates frame its form. For centuries, it has been climbed not just for the view, but for reflection. Locals revere it, travelers pursue it, and once seen, few forget it. Whether you reach the summit or admire it from afar, Fuji reminds us of something beyond words, a stillness that holds meaning. Some cities greet you. Osaka grabs you with neon arms, sizzling pans, and a laugh loud enough to echo across the river. You don't stroll through Osaka. You flow with it, through the thunder of pachinko parlors, the scent of grilled octopus balls, and the rhythm of a city that plays to its own beat. This is Japan's rebel child, bold, brash, and endlessly alive. Food is more than fuel here. It's identity. Takoyaki, okonomiyaki, kushikatsu. Each dish holds the soul of the streets, and each corner has its own flavor anthem. Locals don't just eat, they celebrate. But there's stillness too. Visit the serene grounds of Osaka Castle, where time slows under the plum blossoms. Or escape to Mino Park, just outside the city, where monkeys wander freely and waterfalls whisper peace. Historically, Osaka was Japan's gateway to the world, a hub of trade, a nexus of culture, a home for merchants and poets alike. You can feel that legacy in its markets, its shrines, and the unfailing pride of its people. Yet perhaps Osaka's greatest gift is its ability to be many things at once. Loud but respectful, historic yet hip, chaotic and calming. In a world that rushes, Osaka invites you to feel. So whether you come for the food, the stories, or the street signs that wink with cartoon charm, Osaka doesn't just visit your memory, it stays. What if paradise weren't just beautiful, but wise? On the southern edge of Japan, far from neon lights and bullet trains, lies Okinawa, an archipelago shaped by waves, war, and an unwavering spirit. It whispers through the sway of sugarcane fields, through the rhythm of asa drums echoing at twilight, through the gentle smile of an elder who has witnessed more than a century pass by. Historically, Okinawa was once the seat of the Ryukyu Kingdom, a cultural crossroads between China, Japan, and Southeast Asia. Although it is part of Japan today, it retains its own language, music, crafts, and even a unique pace of life, one that doesn't rush. Here, longevity isn't just common, it's expected. The secret? Perhaps it lies in the community, the natural diet, the sea air. Or maybe it's something deeper, a philosophy of gratitude, connection, and balance. The food here is healing, not just in nutrients, but in soul. Dishes like Goya champaru, rafut, and Okinawa soba reflect a culture that values nourishment and tradition over trends. Because Okinawa doesn't change you with noise, it changes you with quiet. And once you've been here, you never quite leave. A part of this island, its warmth, its wisdom, stays with you. Not all scars are visible. Some are woven into the streets, whispered by rivers, and echoed by silent bells. Hiroshima is one of those cities, not simply a dot on the map, but a turning point in human history. In 1945, one bomb reduced it to cinders. But what rose from those ashes was not hatred, not revenge, but a profound and determined peace. At the Peace Memorial Park, origami cranes whisper wishes, and the Genbaku Dome stands still, not as a ruin, but as a reminder. The Peace Memorial Museum draws you into stories not of war, but of people. Real lives, real names. Letters, drawings, burned shadows on walls, fragments of memory that challenge us not to forget. But Hiroshima is not a museum. It is a living, thriving city. Sample okonomiyaki sizzling at a street stall. Attend a summer lantern festival. Watch cherry blossoms bloom across Shukein Garden and realize beauty lives here too. Hiroshima teaches without preaching. It invites you in to feel, to reflect, and to ask, what kind of world do we wish to build? This is a city that rebuilt not just its walls, but its spirit. A city that chose resilience, that chose peace. What if beauty didn't shout, but whispered, through the sound of rustling leaves, the scent of incense, and the cold stone beneath your feet? This is Nikko, where nature and spirit walk side by side. Just 2 hours north of Tokyo, yet it feels like another realm, a world carved in moss, painted in gold, and wrapped in stillness. You first arrive at the red Shinkyo Bridge, elegantly arching over the Daya River, a gateway into legend. Beyond it lies the Toshogu Shrine, an explosion of artistry where dragons curl into wooden beams and monkeys silently mime morality. This shrine honors Tokugawa Ieyasu, the first shogun of the Edo period. But it does more than preserve his memory. It captures an age of power, balance, and reverence. But Nikko doesn't dwell in the past. Step away from the shrines and you'll encounter the wild, Kegon Falls, thundering into a gorge 100 meters deep. Lake Chuzenji, shimmering quietly at the foot of Mount Nantai. And ancient trails once walked by monks, now open to anyone willing to listen. The seasons here aren't just changes, they're transformations. In spring, cherry blossoms frame the temples like soft clouds. Summer brings deep greens and crisp air. Autumn is a firework of maple and oak. Winter blankets the mountains in silence so deep, even your breath feels sacred. There's a Japanese phrase, Nikko o minakereba, kekko to wayenai. Until you've seen Nikko, you cannot say magnificent. Now you understand why. If Kyoto is a symphony of Japan's grandeur, then Takayama is a quiet song, delicate, deliberate, and full of space to breathe. Tucked away in the heart of the Japanese Alps, Takayama feels almost untouched by time. Here, you won't find skyscrapers or bullet trains. Instead, you'll discover wooden merchant houses built during the Edo period, still standing, silent guardians of a slower life. In the old streets of Sanmachi Suji, every beam of wood and paper lantern tells a story. Each morning, the Miyagawa River flows past the morning market, where grandmothers sell pickled vegetables and hand-woven baskets. But twice a year, Takayama transforms. During the Takayama Festival, this quiet town bursts into color and sound. Ornate floats, carved with myth and memory, parade through the streets. Drums echo and lanterns shimmer. For a moment, tradition dances. Takayama is a place where nature and culture are inseparable. The surrounding mountains guard it like ancient spirits. The changing seasons paint it in different moods: cherry blossoms in spring, golden leaves in autumn, and snow like silence in winter. Yet, what's most beautiful is the spirit of its people. There is no rush here, only rhythm. No spectacle, only sincerity. Takayama doesn't ask you to be a tourist. It invites you to become a guest, to slow down, observe, and rediscover what it means to simply be. Steam rises from the earth. A red torii gate touches the water, and the silhouette of Mount Fuji stands just beyond the mist. This is Hakone, not merely a town, but a threshold between modern Japan and its spiritual essence. Located just 80 kilometers from Tokyo, Hakone feels like stepping into a world unhurried, shaped by mountains, mineral springs, and myth. Here, the land breathes. The volcanic valley of Owakudani continuously exhales sulfurous steam, a vivid reminder that the earth below is alive. Yet that same heat brings healing. In countless onsen, where bathing becomes a ritual of cleansing, both physical and emotional. To soak in these waters is to be still, to return to simplicity. But Hakone invites more than stillness. Cross Lake Ashi aboard a replica pirate ship, and you'll witness an iconic view. Mount Fuji rising above the rippling water. Even on a cloudy day, it feels near, like a watchful guardian. Even the Hakone Tozan train, Japan's oldest mountain railway, moves at a thoughtful pace, switchbacking through forests that blaze in autumn and bloom in spring. Hakone is not loud, not fast. It is a place that welcomes your pause and reminds you that beauty does not demand attention, only presence. They say Japan has 4 seasons, but Hokkaido feels like a 5th. Here, winter doesn't merely arrive, it envelops. Snow drapes rooftops like silk, lakes turn to glass, and trees become sculptures frozen in quiet prayer. Then, spring tiptoes in. Cherry blossoms bloom like shy laughter, while green begins to reclaim the white. This is Hokkaido, where nature still moves more slowly than the world beyond. Here you don't just visit sights, you enter landscapes. You don't simply take photos, you pause and let them take you. In the Kushiro wetlands, Japanese cranes dance, not for show, but because it's what they've always done. On the Shiratoko Peninsula, bears still fish, and waterfalls pour into oceans fringed with drift ice. The indigenous Ainu people have lived in harmony with this land for centuries, carving stories into wood, singing to rivers, and surviving with both snow and sun. And then there's the taste of Hokkaido. Butter-smooth uni, steaming miso ramen that warms frozen fingers, and sweet melons kissed by cool summers. It's not gourmet, it's grounded, born of cold and crafted for comfort. But perhaps what sets Hokkaido apart isn't the sights, the sounds, or even the flavors. It's the feeling that you've stepped back into a version of Earth still untouched, where the seasons still lead and humans still follow.